Really,
Aren't they?
really mild.
How big? How many inches? So do you know about inches? How many inches is this?
I just know.
It's tall. For me, it was high because I realize it's about the flexing. I don't know if I'm allowed to say buttocks. I'm good at it.
You are. Yeah.
Yeah. It's about control of the buttocks, isn't it? You got to open up and then stretch in, pull out while elasticating the elongated bits in between. And those are just your shoulders. So I'm not going to be wearing high heels in the near future, not for at least a week or two.
Before we get into the fun and games, Alan Committie, by the way, I'm actually going to put that dress on and we'll have a picture of it.
I knew you would. That's why I brought it with me.
Let's chat about a little comedy at the Little Theatre tonight.
Now, this is tomorrow night's work.
Tomorrow night.
My friend, I say friend, he nags me enough to, he's an acquaintance, Skulk Bezadenhout, who's not only a comic, but he's Afrikaans. He has put together this marvellous evening of comedy once a month at the Little Theatre. For those who don't know, the Little Theatre is opposite the Labia in the Gardens area in Cape Town. Beautiful old theatre. It's associated with UCT. They'll probably pull it down at some point.
Can you imagine them changing the name of Labia?
Oh, do you know what I mean? That's just, that's just... and so at the Little Theatre tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, you can see a show hosted by Kurt Skoenraad with KG. I know a guest on this show many times. KG, very funny. Skulk, and then I'm headlining. So that's quite a good... In fact, all four of us have been headliners at some point in our careers. I'm now still headlining. The other three have sadly degenerated to other... No, that's fun. I don't think they'll... I'm joking. I'm not. But do come and watch it. It's a night theatre for $100.
That's cheap.
Oh, come on. A night of comedy tomorrow night. And I know the tickets are going quite quickly, but you can contact Little Theatre. In fact, I think there's an email address. Could I give that?
You certainly may, Alan Committie. One of my favourites.
I'm going to do this now.
Love him dearly.
I'm just going
but I stumbled upon something yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, that caught my eye. I've actually got an apple to peel with Alan, but you find the email.
All right, here it is. The email is, wait for it, it's at alittlecomedy@gmail.com. You can email a little comedy, one word, @gmail.com and book for tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, 4 great comics. Don't miss it!
So, Skulk, Alan Committie, KG, Kurt Skoenraad.
That's it.
A little comedy at the Little Theatre, which is out in the Gardens area.
The Gardens area.
Yeah, they talk like that, don't they?
They do.
Very
Welcome
soft.
to the Gardens. How are you? These are the doors. And that's not even the usher, that's Kurt.
The doors. Alan, apple to peel. I sat there and I read it like 15 times. So I wasn't sure, because we've had you on many times on the show, and not once, either on air or off air, have you ever enunciated this fact.
Right. I'm intrigued now.
Your character, Johan van der Walt,
Correct.
gets around.
Oh, sure.
Or used to get around.
No, sure. Oh, yes.
And apparently he liked films.
Always. Film Virum. That was his film critic thing.
Yes.
Film Virum. Oh, are you going to ask about his little show as a Film Virum critic?
I couldn't believe it.
Did you not know that?
I did not.
Now listen.
And don't get me wrong, I love Nick.
Nick Marais is who you're referencing here.
I love him. I love him.
A man even shorter than Guy MacDonald, if that is possible. And no one thinks that is possible, but it is.
And how long did that stint last?
For a long time, about 3 or 4 months, yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, we did it over 2 years. We did 3 or 4 months 1 year, and then we brought it back for a couple. And then he left just afterwards. Now, I don't know if those facts are related.
Well,
I will say this, when we did start doing the Film Virum, the first couple of weeks, there were many angry people coming in. It's clear that this person hasn't actually watched the movie, and he's just making up facts. And Nick would just say, yes, that's right. Listen again.
Alan, I want to test you now.
Go on.
Because I think you're associated with this radio station now.
I would hope so. Because, first of all, the contractual thing that you guys made me sign, which is weird, and all the money that you have promised and have not as yet paid. But, financially, I understand that.
So I'd like to ask you 4 questions about the new Good Up FM lineup that launched on the 1st of April.
Right.
I'll give you clues.
Okay, please.
Who does
weekday
6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning? Is it Carl Wastie, Sandra Rosenberg, Dalen Oliver, or Guy MacDonald?
So give it again.
Who does 6 to 8, Monday to Friday?
Right.
In the morning.
Right.
Is it Carl Wastie?
No, couldn't be. He can't reach the microphone.
Sandra Rosenberg.
She's going well, is she? That's good.
Dalen Oliver.
I have no idea. I've never heard of him.
Guy MacDonald.
Guy MacDonald. So they still, I think, is it Guy MacDonald. I'm going to go with Guy MacDonald.
He's correct.
And he's still in that, that's unbelievable. That's wonderful. That's tenacity for you. I think that's the only way to describe that.
Who does 11 to 2 in the afternoon, Monday to Friday on this station? Is it Zaid Omar, Stanley Mars, Ready D, or Danilo?
You know what? And I say this with some love. Once I've listened to you, I have to recover at least for an hour or two. So I normally miss that next slot. Knowing whoever it is magnificent. I'd imagine it's one of those four. I can't imagine you giving me a trick question there. So I'm going to say one of those four.
Zaid
Omar, yeah.
or Stanley Mars?
Stanley Mars. That sounds about right. Stanley Mars.
Stanley Mars.
Yeah, because that
right.
is a star there, isn't it? He's a planetary.
Correct.
Yeah,
Who does?
He's lovely. I'm a very big fan of it.
2 to 4, Monday to Friday on this radio station. Is it Carl Wasty,
right?
DJ Lloyd, TK, or Ayanda Tini?
I would imagine it's Little Wasty. That would, because at that time of the afternoon, you know what I mean? He's able to climb up enough things to get up to mic level. That's what I would imagine. So by then he's at mic level.
Alan's doing well. He's got 3 out of 3.
3 out of 3.
And let's go 4 to 7 now, Monday to Friday. Who presents the show 4 to 7? Is it Eugene Mbateni?
Right.
Shauno, or Shauno?
Well, I think it's you. I'm going to go with Shauno against my better judgment. Shauno. Now, is that a real name? Or is that like, is he being cool and vibey?
Cool and vibey?
Cool and vibey.
Which he is, by the way.
No, sure. I mean, you'd have to be if you're going to call yourself Shauno. What, are we allowed to know his real name? What is...
Yes, yeah? Sean Lutz.
But you must have
Lutz.
Sean Lutz.
Yeah.
You see, I can see now why he went Sean O.
Yeah.
Lutz is, I mean, do you know what I mean? Put a little bit of lead in your pencil. Bietjie Lutz in your potlood. Verstaan jy? Mooi.
Iemand 'n klein iets wat jy